Hi, Lynn.
Hey, man.
Sorry, I couldn't get off mute. I was like, I'm not ignoring. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Just about to make dinner.
Oh, sweet. Hey, AJ, I'm Lynn.
Hey, Lynn, AJ. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, but I live in Southeast Portland right now.
Oh, nice. Are you going to be at Timberline this winter?
What's up?
Are you going to be at Timberline this winter?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Have you worked at Timberline in the past?
I have not.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, this will be
It's a
the
fun
first.
place.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was there last season for like 3 weeks, and then I was
cool. Nice.
How long have you been there?
I did. I instructed a season a year ago, and I didn't instruct last year. I was actually running a fundraising campaign, Coast to Coast Cycling for Hunger. So doing that and working took up a lot of time. So the campaign ended in September. So excited to get back on the mountain and teaching. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
You live up in my neck of the woods, AJ.
Oh yeah, what part of town are you in?
I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Harrisburg. Heck yeah, definitely. I actually went to school in Waynesburg, right outside of PA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Greene County, Southwest. Beautiful area.
Yeah, not as pretty as out here, though. I'm in Washington, so.
Oh, okay. What part of Washington?
Okanagan, Omak area, or Mazama, or the Methow Valley. I don't know. There's not many people know the area.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, that's awesome. How have you been? Have you been in Washington for a while? Is that where you first came?
So I've been here for a month. I just got out here at the beginning of October, and I'm going to be. Well, I was here back in the 18-19 season.
Okay.
At the Loop, and I'm back again this season. So it's nice to be back out here. I like the dry air, and it's weird. This sounds like an oxymoron, but I feel like the rain out here is dry rain. I don't know if anyone would understand that, but
yeah, no, it's definitely. I understand what you're saying. The humidity, like hurricane season, the East is getting hit right now. My dad's My dad's staying down Ocean City, Maryland this weekend. And just saying, it's getting pummeled.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of rain, and I think there was a snowstorm up north in New Hampshire. My parents just came down through there in that area.
Yeah.
So,
where did you ski on the East Coast? Where did you like to go in PA?
Well, I worked at Round Top Mountain.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So that was my main mountain. I did a few trips down to like Liberty, which is closer to where you're at. Yeah. And then a few times I would go up obviously into like the Poconos because that's real close. Yeah. Get a little bit more terrain under my belt. But yeah.
Now, Seven Springs was always my spot in PA. Big Seven Springs fan.
Yeah. I didn't get ironic enough, when I was in college, I went out close to Pittsburgh area, and when I went to Seven Springs, I wasn't snowboarding yet, so I only went snow tubing.
Oh, that's cool. I dig it. That's awesome. But Round Top's a fun mountain. I liked Round Top. Yeah, Liberty was closer. Whitetail was cool. I would always get through like a 10 pass, and then you had access to all 3 mountains.
Oh, so,
yeah. Yep. Yeah, so that's super
now they're
cool.
part of Vail, so if you get
they're part of. Who'd have thought in a Maryland or PA mountain would be part of Vail? That's wild.
I know, right? It is crazy. We went through 2 changes in two seasons. Yeah. 3 seasons. We got bought out twice.
Hey guys, It's awesome that you guys are from so close to each other. Hey, let's welcome some of the other people onto the call. Hey Sam, hey Brian, hey Don, hey Dennis, hey Noah. I don't know. I think we've met. I don't think I've met anyone else. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Let me know your goals. Let me know your thoughts for the season. And we'll get started with MA soon.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hey, Brian, where are you from?
Portland, Oregon. Nothing special there.
Awesome. How long have you been at Timberline?
Geez, it's not been terribly long. I think this is heck, I bet Dawn would know better than I would, actually, how long I've been there. It's 3 years, maybe, I think.
This will be your third season because this.
Thank you, Don. See, I rely on my other peers to keep me in line. So I guess this will be my third season.
That's awesome. Hey, what's your goal for today?
What's my goal for today?
Yeah, what are you hoping to get out of it?
Oh, you know, to kind of meet you, and then to reconnect with some of the other the members, and kind of see what you're all about.
Awesome. Cool. Well, nice to meet you, Brian.
Pleasure.
Don, do you want to go next? It sounds like you guys are buddies, so I'll let you introduce yourself now.
I'm Don, originally from the East Coast, New York, Connecticut. Learned to ski and then ride out there. Been out here like 12 years. Started teaching up at Timberline 4 seasons ago. So yeah, this will be my 4th season, and I'm looking to kind of get my head back in, you know, kind of a teaching movement analysis after the summer, and not thinking a lot about teaching and kind of getting in that head game. And yeah.
Awesome. That'll be perfect for what I have planned today. Awesome. Great. And if you guys see me writing, I'm just taking notes on everybody's goals and stuff, so we make sure we cover all of it. Who wants to go next?
I can go. I'm AJ Robinson. This will be my 2nd season working up at Timberline. I did it. I started teaching the year the COVID hit, so we got cut out mid-March. Originally from the East Coast, started skiing out there, Killington and Seven Springs area, and then moved west and been out here for 5 years, and been riding the Fusion Pass off and on when I'm not teaching. So yeah, so looking to reintroduce the fundamentals and just reestablish my processes when working with people.
So when you say fundamentals, do you mean the 6 fundamentals, or do you mean like
just reintroduce? Like I've got my little sheets that I would have used in the past. So just the 6 fundamentals. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's something we'll work up towards in some more.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The stuff we're gonna do today is gonna build towards that.
Cool.
Cool. Well, nice to officially meet you, AJ. Anybody want to go next?
Hello. I don't know if you guys can see me. I don't do Zoom too often. Okay, we're chilling. All right. Yo, I'm Noah. It's gonna be my 3rd season teaching. I definitely agree with everyone on what they've said on getting back to the mindset of teaching, getting back in that feel of creating a good experience for people, you know, yeah, and having a good time. So definite.
Awesome. That's it. Nice to meet you, Noah.
Yeah, you too.
Anybody want to go next? Amanda, can I volunteer you to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes, you can, until I get my water boiling, and then I'll be probably on mute for a while. Hi, everyone. I am Amanda. I am also from the East Coast. I've been out here. I'm actually up in Washington State at Loop Loop Ski Bowl, little small nonprofit mountain. Love it. And I'm actually the director there. So I'm hopefully going to do some more training at my mountain, and teaching the snowboarders what's up, because I can't teach the skiers as much as I can the snowboarders. So I'm looking to get into that, and hopefully eventually go for my level 3. I have my level 2 right now, so I'm working on that and trying to get as much training in. I love all these Zoom calls because I could talk about snowboarding for pretty much hours and not get tired of it. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Lynn has in store for everyone, and excited to listen in on it.
All right, anybody else want to
go? What's the premise of the introduction? I just got here.
Hey, basically just say hi, let everybody know your name, and let everybody know your goals for today or for the season, so we know where to focus tonight's discussion.
Cool. Gio, been at Timberline on and off for like 5 or so years. It's good to see a lot of faces here. I guess goals, keep working on freestyle elements is something that there was a lot of work done, and hopefully I didn't just completely forget all of it over summer. And there's definitely some stuff that I need to clean up if I'm ever going to reapproach my level 2. So there's a lot of dynamic related work that I could improve.
That's awesome. Everything today is going to help set you up great for that for the season. Anybody want to go next? I think Sam is trying to unmute.
Yes, there we go. Hey, so my name is Sam. I've been a snowboard coach for over a decade now. It's kind of my favorite thing and how I finagled away when I was younger to get free lift tickets, and I just haven't stopped. I have my level 2 and my freestyle level 2, and I'd like to go for my 3. I've taken a couple years off, but I did used to work at Timberline. I've been coaching for the high school teams for the last couple years, and that's been pretty fun. And now I'm kind of, I don't know, I miss it, so I'm going back. And I'd like to kind of improve, Well,
that sounds awesome. We're stoked to have you. We'll get you set up to start working towards that 3.
Cool, thanks.
Heidi, Evan, Dennis, I know Steve, you're working on some network stuff. Does anybody else want to introduce themselves and mention their goals maybe?
Hi guys, I'm Dennis. I've been at Timberline for about 6 years. My goal for today is not to be too much of a distraction.
We got you covered. We're all going to be working together today, and we're all going to be helping each other out and moving around a lot. So you'll crush. Thanks, Dennis. Evan, Heidi, Steve, if any of you guys are ready.
Hi, this is Heidi. I can't get my video to work. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I've been at Timberline, I don't know, a couple of years, and I was teaching before that at PCC, and I really missed it. And I really love teaching at Timberline. It's the best job I've ever had. And my goal today is not to be distracted by Dennis.
Well, maybe we'll partner you guys up for something.
Okay.
See how it works out.
Thanks.
Evan or Steve, do you guys want to introduce yourselves and let us know your goals?
Hey, that's Evan. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, this will be like my 3rd year teaching at Timberline, and I'm really excited to hopefully get certified and get my level 1s completed. And I'm excited about coming back to teach snowboarding at Timberline again for a 3rd season.
Sick. That's awesome, Evan. We'll get you working towards that one. The stuff we're going to do tonight is totally going to help you start working towards explaining movements.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Steve, do you want to say hi, or are you still having some network things?
Well, one way to find out. Can you hear me?
All good. We got you.
Cool. I think I got it resolved. I'm Steve. I took last year off, but I've been Timberline part-time adult. That's all Karen listens to when she hears my title, adult supervisor. So I just hang around outside and make sure people get where they need to go. And goals. I'm hoping through 1 or 2 Zoom sessions to make up for 3 months of off-season training I didn't do. So I'll be in shape in no time. And no, just get back into it. I'm psyched that to be back on snow soon.
Sweet. It's so nice to meet everybody, and I'm stoked to meet all you in person. My name is Lynn. I live in Colorado now, and I'm going to be coming out to Timberline to help out with whatever is needed part-time, hopefully like 3 or 4 times this winter. And it's going to be awesome. And then these MA sessions are just going to help everybody work towards their goals. I'm leading a bunch. Some of the other trainers are leading a bunch of them too. And it's going to be an awesome season. So do you guys want to get started?
Yeah.
Thumbs up if you're good. You guys can unmute unless it's really noisy in your background. That way we can talk a little bit easier.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. And I know Amanda's cooking, so Amanda, you're excused. All right, so I'd like everyone to stand up in front of their computer so we can kind of see you, because we're gonna do some interactive stuff, because just sitting here and listening isn't really fun.
Oh no.
All right. So I don't know any of you guys at all, so this is gonna be fun. So can I ask for a volunteer? All right, AJ. Do you want to be so you guys know that video game exercise where one person's the controller, one person is the player for skiing or snowboarding, and you tell people what to do?
Do I know it? What was that? Sorry.
Have you guys ever played the game when you're in a lesson? Okay, so it's either skiing or snowboarding, doesn't even matter. One person is the player, one person is the controller, and the controller tells the player what to do. It's like a video game. Okay, so this is so sick. You can use it on snow too, but we're gonna use it to help us with our MA tonight. So AJ, you're gonna be the controller, okay?
Controller, okay.
So not yet, and if someone's okay with looking a little silly, you can be the player, otherwise I'll do it. I have no problem looking silly on this.
Go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna close my eyes, okay? And I need one other volunteer. Sweet, Noah. Oh, we're getting lots of volunteers. Don't worry, there'll be lots of other opportunities. Noah, I'm gonna ask you to do this now, okay? So Noah, you do not do this until I close my eyes, okay? But you're gonna get into a position, like any weird body position you want, okay?
Okay.
And then AJ is going to explain that body position and try to get me into that body position, okay? And you guys are gonna help look and evaluate. You're listening to the words AJ to get me in the body positioning, into the body position, and we're gonna see if this works.
Got it.
What happens? And we'll give it I'm gonna set my phone with a timer for 3 minutes, just so we're not doing it forever. Does that sound cool?
Yes.
Noah, do not do it yet. Wait till I close my eyes so I can't see. Okay, Google, set a timer for 3 minutes.
AJ, you can pin Noah's picture if you haven't, so you can see him better.
All right, I'm gonna
Stop it. That would make sense. Where's Noah? All right. All right, Noah, you there?
Okay, I gotta make clicking noises so you can see me.
All right, my eyes are closed. Tell me what to do.
All right.
Are you? Should he? Okay, boom.
I'm standing on a chair, by the way.
No, this is it. This is it.
This is your pose? Okay.
This is it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Roll, Lynn, roll your hips back slightly and stick your butt out. Roll them back, you want to roll them back, there we go. There we go. Raise your upper back a little bit to where it's 45 degrees, boom. Now bend your knees and kick your knees out in diagonal direction, boom. Now raise your hands up to eye level and then take your middle and index finger and make it like a cobra. Middle and pointer finger. Middle and pointer finger. Sorry. There we go. And now let's fold the pinky and index finger into our thumb. Now we want to take that butt down just about 3 inches. Boom. Now, make a cat noise. So would everybody agree that's kind of it? No?
That's it, yeah.
That was it.
Elbows.
So guys,
make a cat noise.
Yeah.
So how close was Noah to the position I was in?
Noah nailed it. You had your elbows a little high.
My elbows were a little high? How high?
They were almost straight out and his were almost straight down, but other than that, you nailed it.
I think it may have been an angle thing as well, though, just to give AJ a little credit. So I was messing.
Yeah, Noah's elbows were about 90 degrees, and Lynn, your hands were too close to your face.
My hands were too close to my face?
Yes.
How close to Noah's face were his hands?
So he had his about in the shoulder region, which allowed the elbows to drop vertically, where when AJ said at eye level, you went to your eyes, which is why the elbow lifted.
Okay.
So I like what's happening here. We're starting to get ranges and we're starting to get scales to measure certain things. Like we're talking about in the shoulder range or in the eye range, right? Stuff like that. But when we talk about movements for snowboarding and for skiing, we talk about a range of how much, like a range of 1 to 3 or 1 to 10. We need to define that range we use. Do you guys think if we defined a range, it would be a little more helpful in describing exactly where Noah's hands were, for example, AJ?
Sure.
Can everybody see how that works? Cool. Does anyone have any questions about that exercise?
No, that was cool. AJ, you rocked it. Noah, you look great. Lynn, nice effort.
You're crushing. Told you. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, everyone, for playing along and helping out. Hey, Tracy. All right. I'm going to ask for another volunteer. Who wants to volunteer?
No.
All right. I see Gio and Don. So, Don, I'm going to message you privately on Zoom. Are you pretty familiar with Zoom?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to shoot you a message, okay?
Okay.
And Gio, you're going to need to describe the message. And I'm going to need a third volunteer to do what I did, to close their eyes and get in the position and see how close Gio can get that person into that position. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Yeah. Does anybody want to?
I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Don, you got that?
Yeah.
All right. Who was going to close their eyes?
I'll do that.
Hey, Steve.
I'll do
Okay,
that.
Steve. So you need to move your computer, move your screen so everybody can see you.
You see me?
So we can only see from your sternum up.
I'm in a small room, so
Okay, so let's make the pose just waist up. We can see waist up now.
hold on. We can do this. That's too far away.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
You see me?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Steve, your eyes are closed.
My eyes are closed.
All right, Don, you're going to start describing the position that Gio gets into now. Or sorry, yeah, Gio, you're going to start describing the position that Don gets into now.
Okay. Are we in position? Oh, there we go. All right. So right now, Steve, you're facing the camera, and I want you to rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees. Perfect. All right. I want to take your chin and kind of angle it towards your right shoulder. There we go. Now lift your arm up so it's parallel to the ground. Great catch there. Go ahead and drop that arm. Lift your right arm so it's parallel to the ground, but also in the same axis that your body is in. So your arm is pointed towards the camera. Perfect. And let's see, drop that arm down to a 45-degree angle. All right. Now I want you to bend your elbow so that your hand is vertical. See how that works. Excellent. And then I want you to rotate it in the direction that your chest is facing, let's say 20 degrees.
Steve, can you bend down a little so we can see your upper body a little better? A little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. I like everything about this. And then you're going to kind of move your hand towards your shoulder and then away from your shoulder. So your hand's kind of doing a wave. A little bit slower. I like that a lot. How do we feel, fam?
Looks great, buddy.
So what do you guys think? How did Gio do in describing?
What a hero.
So he did pretty well. Gio, was it easy to describe that, or is it kind of challenging?
There was definitely a couple of times where I immediately recognized that my descriptor was not clear. And so there's some quick pivots that had to be made to adjust for that.
Yeah, I noticed those pivots, especially when you said raise your arm. You're like, oh wait, no, raise your right arm. That was pretty helpful. Did everyone notice that? How the little difference in the movement cue made it more attainable?
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep everybody engaged. Raise your hand if you think you're pretty much on par with this activity. Have you got this? All right, I'm thinking we break into breakout rooms and everybody gets to give it a shot. You guys good with that? Thumbs up if we're good. Cool. Thumbs down if you are not okay with this, or send me a message. Amanda,
what's a breakout room?
So a breakout room is a little group. So like I'm gonna break you guys into sets of 2. It's gonna like pull up this thing and it's gonna say go to breakout room number whatever, and you'll be in there with one other person. You and your partner just decide who's the leader, who's the follower. So one person's gonna describe, the other person's gonna get in the position, and we're gonna see how well we can do getting into that position. Amanda, do you want me to leave you out of this?
Yeah, I'm still in the heat of cooking.
Okay, cool. Amanda is not playing.
And I don't have video, so can I listen in?
So Heidi, can you see other people?
I can.
So your partner you get to tell your partner to do something.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna have the position in your head this time. Sound good?
All right.
Point of clarification.
Sure.
How do we do this with 2 people when it's a 3-person exercise?
That is a good point. We're gonna break up into breakout rooms of 3 and we're gonna do it the same way.
Good. Okay.
Not to put you on the spot there, I just thought I missed something.
No worries. I made a mistake and you caught it. Thank you.
We're all in it together.
All right, let's do this.
Also leave me out. This is Evan.
Okay. Evan and Amanda, I'm gonna leave you guys out. If we need a 4th person in a room, I'm just gonna put you guys in a room as a 4th person. Is that cool? You don't have to answer. Okay.
Tracy, you've never looked better.
Oh wait, Tracy, are you playing or no? I'm guessing Tracy's not playing. I'm just gonna pick a room for him.
We'll score him accordingly.
Sounds good. All right, so every room has 4 people in it, and I'm just gonna kind of jump from room to room, and I'll let you guys go. The rooms with Tracy, Heidi, Evan, and Amanda. Oh, sorry, with Tracy, Heidi, and Evan. Wait, we have too many people. Tracy, Evan, and Amanda. The other people are gonna do things. The person who's in a room with Heidi's gonna be one of the people. Heidi's gonna be listening or describing a person, so no one can see her. Sound good?
Okay.
All right, everybody good? Thumbs up if you're good. And I'm gonna send you guys through rooms. Give it a second. Zoom takes like a little bit to get you there. And I'm gonna give you like probably 5 to 8 minutes, and I'll just jump from room to room. All right, so you guys should have all just gotten a message that sends you to a room. Welcome back, everybody. You can unmute again. That way we can talk easier if you guys want. So we'll just wait a few minutes for everybody to get back. So as we're waiting for everybody, I think there were a few more of us. What are some of the things that made this easy? What are some of the things that made this hard? What are you guys thinking about these exercises?
It's interesting to watch what you think makes sense to you, and it can be completely interpreted differently by someone else.
I love that point, Brian. Did anybody else feel that?
Oh, we definitely had that.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go for it. I think we have one more person coming back still. We'll give them another minute.
Okay.
Keep going. You're good.
I was going to say, we sort of had a interim point that was defined. So when we went off course, we were able to go back to that with a shorthand label. So we didn't have to all go all the way back to the start. And that was pretty cool.
I like that, how you guys, and we were just talking about that a moment ago, how you guys are adding definitions and adding clarification as you were going through. And then Dennis and Heidi both did something really cool. They use a lot of similes and analogies to describe things, which are super helpful. And then we also talked about using actual measurements and more specific body language to allow us to more accurately talk about how somebody's standing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So does anyone else have something that they want to add from what they learned when we just moved into those breakout rooms?
One thing I like that Brian did when describing the action that I was supposed to do was there was one difficult part, and that may have been the part that somebody would have added first, but he saved the difficult part of the pose till the end. So work on getting the basic fundamental down of the pose, and then adding the balancing part at the end to really bring the pose to life. If that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. That's exactly like teaching snow sports. You add a step, add a step, add a step, add a step. Yep. And then suddenly you have all the steps and the end product is more challenging. And sometimes there's a harder step at the end, but you have all the little pieces first to put together. So that's just like when you're working through the fundamentals, just like when you're learning freestyle and working on describing freestyle tricks, when you're coaching athletes. Mm-hmm. It'll help you as you're working toward your 3, your 2, your 1, and it's just going to help us get back into the mindset of teaching and being on snow for the season. So I've got a question for everybody. So we added a little motion. What happens when you add a lot of motion into the situation? So I'm going to ask for another volunteer, please, who's able to set up their camera to see like a little bit of the room that they're in, and they have like a little bit of space, like maybe like 3 or 4 feet of space.
I mean,
Gio, AJ.
I could, whatever. Yeah, I'm fine.
So AJ, can you move your camera and stand up so everybody can see you?
All right, let's try this.
We're gonna try it different this time.
Let's do it different.
All right, can you move it? Can we move it so we see your legs also?
Oh, that's gonna be tough. I've got an iPad.
What if you
maybe this way? Can we go this way?
Yeah, orient it that way. It's good. Whoops.
Teamwork.
I can't see you guys, but all good.
We can't see you at all, AJ, now.
Now we lost you. Never mind.
Yeah, it may be an issue. I've got I'm working on an iPad here. Now I lost you guys.
Is anybody else able to volunteer? I can always do it.
Hey, Lynn, if you give me a second, I can do it too. I just have to get my stand.
All right, go grab your stands, and I'm gonna kind of like fill everybody in on what we're doing.
Okay.
So this time I'm gonna ask one of you guys. Actually, I'm gonna ask all of you guys, but I'm asking you to talk one at a time, and I'll ask you to talk by raising your hand. Does everyone see their reactions at the bottom of the screen?
No.
If you look at the very bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a pane that has like security, participants, chat, etc. There's a little thing that says reactions. It's like a circle with a plus sign. Actually, it's a smiley face with a plus sign. You guys see that?
Yeah. Is this on mobile?
I am not sure.
Mine looks different. If you hit the more button, the 3 dots in the far right corner, then they're there.
Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah, so send up any of those reactions, doesn't matter which one, and that will let me know you want to talk. And if you don't have that, just raise your hand and I'll call on you. There are only a few of us here. So here's the challenge. But first, I'm going to ask for a volunteer. You guys are going to be explaining to whoever's volunteering. And I have a volunteer. Noah, did you just volunteer?
Yeah.
All right, Noah's the volunteer. Okay, so Amanda, you ready with that stand? All right, I see you now.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have you stand up. Okay.
Me?
Nope, just Amanda.
Oh.
And Noah. All right. I want you to have Amanda either walk or dance around her room in a pattern. You can pick whatever like you want her to do, but I need you to describe her, like what she's gonna do to her. And Amanda, you're gonna do it as he describes it.
Am I closing my eyes?
Nope, eyes are open.
Okay. I can't see anyways.
That's actually perfect, Amanda, because we can see you. All right, so Noah, I'll give you a second to start thinking about it. Everybody else, if you have something to add in or have a question or anything to say, send up a reaction. And you can add, you can help Noah, you can help Amanda.
Please do.
You can ask a question, you can do, I mean, anything that's like a PG and appropriate, you can do it. Sound good?
No, yeah, I got you. So assume an athletic stance, okay? All right. Knees shoulder width apart, okay? Relaxed upper body. Now, squat down to a 90-degree angle with your knees. Maybe a little less, you know, not full 90, right?
Worked out a bit.
Yeah. Now, I want you to drive your left leg to the vertically away from you. Is it vertically? No, horizontally. Sorry. Horizontally to your left, okay? And then I want you to shift your weight to that left leg and then step with your other leg, your right leg, horizontally back and assume the neutral position again to the athletic stance. We're going to call this a side shuffle. Okay. Does that, I don't know, was that, is it, I can't see her, so I don't know if it's. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, that's sort of, yeah, all right. Okay. So bend at the waist more. Okay. Stick out your hips and bring your upper body up to, yep. Okay. Now put your arms in front of you. Okay. Now imagine you're going to strike a bag in front of you. Okay. All right. So cock your hands, ready, bam. And then when you strike, I want you to take your left leg and move it forward 6 inches. Okay. So move your left leg 6 inches and then strike forward with your hands. Both hands. Yep. Nice. Now, next step, you're going to drive with your right step. Okay. You're going to drive in, imagine move forward. And then when you drive with your right foot, you're going to extend your hips upward. Okay. You're going to throw your abdomen, your lower bodies forward and press up. Okay. So take that right step. Yeah, and then drive forward. Explode. There we go. Yeah, that's blocking. There we go. You're an offensive lineman.
All right. Amanda, did you feel like you were sure what you were doing?
There were some points where I really had to concentrate. Maybe that's just because I've been working since 5 a.m. and my brain is shut down. But I like when, because I got really confused when we were talking about pushing my arms forward, or like, I was like, well, wait, is it one arm? Is it 2 arms? And then he corrected it right away and already answered my question. And I didn't even have to ask it. So there were clarifying pieces as I went through, because I was like really concentrating to figure out. Plus a little bit of the demonstration as you were talking was helpful too.
Sweet. I like how you corrected that, Noah. Amanda, I like how you adjusted and how you volunteered to be one of our demos. All right. Can I grab another volunteer?
I had something to add to that though.
Oh, sorry, Steve. I missed you.
That's okay. Or I just had a question. Noah, when you started and you were using the term back, you had her move her right leg back.
Okay.
Did you have in mind what she did, or did you have something else in mind at that point?
Because is this at the beginning or the ends? Because I swapped it up, right? Like I was talking about. Okay, because I couldn't actually see her. I'm on mobile, so it's only like 4 images. And then I'm like just describing this and not seeing what it looked like. And then I scrolled over and I was like, oh, that is not right. So,
because your front back, your plane of movement changed almost with the first motion, and everything else then was relative to the new front and back.
Definite.
Which was pretty interesting, especially given that you couldn't see it. because it worked, but I couldn't tell whether it was what you meant or not.
Oh, I feel.
Cool. So Steve, what would you have done if you were describing that to somebody or anything to somebody? I mean, can you elaborate on what you were saying? Because you're going.
Yeah, I think because Amanda was moving, her front and back would always change relative to her, but toward or away from the camera would be a constant kind of thing, if that makes sense.
That 100% makes more sense. Do you guys see how Steve is talking about being more specific? When he's talking about in front or away of the camera, from the camera, that's, for example, if you're working with like a little munchkin who doesn't know their left from their right, you can't say left, right. You can say towards the trees or towards the lift, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll know what you're talking about. And if Amanda was given the direction to the camera, away from the camera, just like Steve said, that would have been perfect. So when you're going for cert 2, when you're going for cert 3, especially those two, I mean, those directions, the specificity of those directions and even further along that route are going to help you a ton.
On the other hand, for a right tackle stopping a decent pass rush, that was a pretty good move to actually rotate 45 degrees. I'm just not sure that was the play as called.
NFL.
That was a good job.
That was solid on all parts. And Steve, I like the feedback you added. That was awesome.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to ask for another volunteer. Anybody?
Do you have to have your legs shown or?
No, just show me what you can show on the camera and we'll make it work with that.
I can describe something if you wanted to do another example. Or,
Okay,
yeah.
Gio. Okay, so AJ, do you want to describe Gio? Do you want to be the volunteer? I saw you raise your hand too.
Yeah.
Cool, so AJ, I'm going to give you a challenge.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So here's the challenge, okay?
All right.
Using what Steve just talked about, being more specific and using references, let's see if you can get Gio to do an active movement that is PG and appropriate.
Okay.
For about 2 minutes. How does that sound?
Great. Can I just pick anything?
You can pick anything you want,
Okay.
but you need to describe it rather than tell us what it is. And is everybody okay with this dynamic, or would you prefer to break into breakout rooms?
This works.
Thumbs up if you're okay with this. I feel like we're getting stuff from each other. Cool. All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, Gio, what I would like you to do is to bring your left leg forward to the camera. Good. Now kick your right leg back 3 inches away from the camera. Perfect. Now take both hands and put them on both of your hips. Perfect. Okay. Now what I want you to do is to drop your left buttocks straight down to the floor and roll your hips back. When you roll your left hip back when you do it. Go like drop down, like you're almost doing a squat. There you go. Cool. Now I want you to bring your shoulders up. There we go. Now go straight up and drive through your heel. Perfect. Now go down again, rolling your hip back. Now drive through your heel and feel squeezing your buttocks. Up. Perfect. Now give me 2 more. Drop down. Perfect. Now drive that heel. Give me 1 more. Down. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Now drive that heel up. Perfect.
Cool.
You just did a lunge.
That was solid. Moving the whole time, being very specific in relation to directions and talking about what we're doing. Is there anything else anybody would have added to that to make it more specific, to make it easier for Gio to do the task?
Gio, did you know which heel to drive when he said that?
I did not know which heel we were talking about, but I knew I was on the right track when I got the affirmation.
Right.
So the other thing that I didn't.
I saw Gio being confused about how to drop his buttock down to the floor. I think
What was the hip rolling with that?
Yeah. So I think he was concerned that he has to hit the floor or how far to go. Am I
Gotcha.
correct?
Yeah, I probably could have said drop your knee, let your right knee 3 inches above the ground, and then drive up through your left heel.
I think if you had given him a positional goal rather than an interim step and then given him the hip roll, it was just an order of operation thing.
Cool.
So he had context for where to go.
Or
Maybe.
give him a range, like lower your hips a foot.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Dan-
what was
sorry.
helpful is I knew when I was successfully doing it.
Right.
So like there's confusion about getting started, but as soon as I got started, it's like, oh, okay, up and down, like everything was set up.
Once you had the complex movement down, repeating it was easy. Easier. Cool.
Cool. I like how you guys stated that. Dennis, I really like how you mentioned add a range. So can you elaborate more on what we can do to add a range to something? Or like what a range is for something? Or anybody? Or Dennis, I just saw you on mute.
I don't think AJ gave him either an end point or a distance to move. And that's where I saw the hesitation in Geo. Like, what am I doing here? How far am I going? And so it helps to know you're going from this position to that position.
Cool. So let's back up to where you talked about a range about how much. I remember you saying something right before Steve spoke about a how much, like whether it's a little, medium, or a lot, when you were talking about that.
I just said about a foot because I think he lowered his hip about a foot or so to do the lunge. So to me, that would be helpful to know, like how much to move down and not trying to figure out how do I, because he said, take it to the floor, take your left buttock to the floor or something like that. And I was like, is he just gonna make him like do a roll or something?
So I like how you said that. The how much is huge. Everybody here knows what a foot is, right? We can say half a foot. I mean, those are common things. Or we can say a little bit, a lot, or kind of medium in relation to what they're doing. We can give them a scale, like a 1 to 10 scale. But describing how much is really helpful, especially when we move back into skiing or snowboarding. And we're talking about something having to do with pressure, for example, and making a turn or a flexion and extension. And the amount you're flexed, the amount you're extended. So you could be extended this much, or you could be flexed this much, or something in between. And then maybe like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it gives them a scale. And as long as you define that scale, that's awesome. Do you guys feel how we've kind of been building on, basically we talk about what we see big picture, and then we start adding in directions like Steve was saying, and then we start adding in a scale like Dennis was saying, and then that allows us to be a lot more specific, which will allow us to keep working towards all of our certs, towards getting back into teaching, towards our own freestyle riding, towards our own overall riding, and just having a really fun season. Everybody tracking? Does anyone have any comments or anything to add?
One thing to remember, especially when I have to remind myself when I get back into movement analysis with our peers like this, especially when we get to snow, we're talking about nuances on really good stuff. Like AJ, that was great description, and we're talking about refining it.
Oh yeah, I appreciate all feedback. Bring it on.
I feel like I have to remind myself of that every year, and so I like to say it out loud to other people.
Heck yeah.
I like it. Yeah, and we're not being critical of anybody here. We're all working together towards being better. And you guys can correct me too. Like I might say stuff and it needs to be corrected also.
No, we could have done it with 2 people in the breakout room. You're fine.
Yeah, we're all good. And then next time we do an MA session, we'll throw in some video. I've got some snowboard video, some ski video, and based on the audience, based on the goals, I'll pull from the video and we'll grab stuff. And we'll start going through it little by little and just working through everything everyone wants to work on and working through the fundamentals, working through some freestyle, some different cert levels.
So with the MA video, if it's possible, I volunteer as Tribute Hardcore to like have videos of me to have people pick apart and tell me why I'm a terrible writer. Because it's super helpful to have just like that dissection, especially if you're looking for those higher level certs, because they pick you apart at that level. So doing it here like would be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. We can do that. Anyone, actually, Tracy had a really good idea that some of these sessions, like we could devote to video. Like for example, Gio could bring video one session and maybe somebody else. And we could just kind of line people up and sign up for certain sessions so you can make sure you're at the one you get analyzed in, if we want to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a cool idea. And then, I mean, the goal is to like not fill these with a ton of stuff and not rush them and take our time on fewer things because less is more.
Dig it.
Cool. And then we're also taking requests for future Zooms. If you guys have any requests for topics, we're totally down for that.
Cool.
So just shoot them. I'll put my email in the chat. Or you guys can post in the chat if you want, if you have topic ideas. Does anyone have any questions about anything we talked about today?
No.
Cool. Let Tracy know if you guys were into this, if you guys thought it was totally off base, anything you want to focus on in the future, in case you don't want to, like if you want to talk to him directly, that's totally cool. We can make everything better for everybody so we can work together for an awesome season.
Awesome. This really got me thinking about things I haven't done in over a year. So that's really good.
Sweet. Yeah, it was just meant to get everybody back into like the mindset of thinking and of starting to apply these movements to snow. And soon we will. I mean, who's been on snow already?
Oh, not fair.
Wow. Jealous.
Soon enough. It'll be snowing there or you guys will be on snow there so soon, and I'll be there visiting you guys so soon.
I'm just hoping we're on snow by the time you're here for ITC.
I hope so too.
We've done it off snow, but it's more fun on snow.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much, guys. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. Do you guys
Thank
like
you.
the hour, or do you want to go over, under? What do you guys think?
What?
I think an hour's a good time. Hour's a good time for me.
Works out.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to stop the recording. Hopefully we'll see you here, same place, same time next week. There will be a new Zoom link, and I think Tracy will send it out. I'm going to stop the recording for now. If anyone wants to stay on and chat, they are more than welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
That was awesome.